Hi, my name is Shauna from Noomii.com, the professional coach directory. Today I'm interviewing Joe Bukartek, who's currently living in Delaware. Thank you for joining me today, Joe.
Hi, Shauna. Thanks for having me.
Can you please start by describing your ideal client for us?
Sure. My ideal client tends to be in their 30s or 40s. They're very much family centric, and they're facing a recent or impending major life transition. Either there has been a birth in the family, or unfortunately, a death in the family, or maybe they're dissatisfied in their job, or they're looking to find some more job satisfaction. Those tend to be the two major life transitions that my ideal client is facing. And at this point, they're really wanting to put some intention around how they want their life to look. And they're ready to get clear on their priorities and ready to invest in themselves so they can go from living a pretty good life to an exceptional one.
Absolutely. And how do you help your clients achieve their goals? Do you like to use a certain process?
Sure. So my process, I don't necessarily sell a process when I'm talking to clients, but I'm trying to take them from where they are to where they want to be. So first we got to figure out where they are. What is their current status? So we'll typically start off doing some sort of assessment on the current state of things. And then we figure out, okay, let's get really clear and define where it is they want to be. So then we'll start getting clear, have a very clear visual on that, and then start working on some habit forming and working on their routines and fine tuning. And then we start defining some mid to long term goals. Another thing that is unique to me, perhaps, is that I'm an early morning coach. I tend to work with my clients between 5 and 9 a.m. This is before their filters really have a chance to wake up. There's not a lot of other obligations that time of day, so you're not competing for anything else. I believe that coaching should integrate with your life and not have to be yet one more thing that you have to add to it.
That's fantastic. Thank you. So I was wondering if you can share some of the feedback that you've received from past clients.
Sure. So clients will come to me often with a sense of overwhelm, certainly some uncertainty. They tend to be frustrated about living life out of obligation and not necessarily in their time. Often they don't feel like it's their own. And inevitably, once we start working, and certainly by the end of our coaching agreement, they will be experiencing reduced anxiety, certainly a heightened sense of clarity. Clients inevitably are surprised at just how much is going well for them already. That, oh, it's not all terrible, that I'm actually doing pretty well. And so we will get very clear. We'll have fine tuned a process for them moving forward. And we will have an accountability system set up by the time that our relationship is over so that they can continue to improve and live a really intentional life. Oftentimes, my clients, we work on all aspects of their life, but they will have improved their physical health. They will inevitably have improved relationships in their lives. They will have improved their time management, or as I like to say, priority management. We will have definitely tended to that work-life balance, or as I like to say, work-life integration. A lot of my clients start new businesses, or they will launch some major projects, and they will have wanted some sense of order in their life before they feel like they can tackle these new adventures.
So I'm curious, Joe, what's your background? How did you get into coaching?
I've lived quite a life of transition. I grew up in a military family, so I was constantly, in a sense, having to reinvent myself, starting new every time we would move to a new location. And as I became an adult, I realized I was having conversations with friends, family, and colleague about living an intentional life and defining the type of life you want to live and how much I feel like we all have that within our control. So before I was even aware of coaching as an industry, I was kind of having these conversations with people. So it wasn't until 2016 when I learned about coaching and I began my coaching journey, if you will, received my first coach specific training through IPEC, which is the Institute for Professional Excellence in Coaching. And that's when I started my business as well. First started working with clients in 2016. And then I subsequently have received training through the robbins-madanes method of strategic intervention to add that to my tool belt, which has been phenomenal. And I suppose, like all other coaches in the industry, I continue to try to hone my skills by doing more coaching as well as reading up on the latest trends. And really, just the bottom line is learning about different perspectives.
That's great. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a real pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you, Sean. I really appreciate the time.